the mass of men live lives of quiet desperation, and millions of them go to their graves with their good songs, their dreams, their hopes, their aspirations still with them. My name is Akunizuri Callistus, and I represent the 1% Life Project. On behalf of whoever sent you this video, may I say welcome. We, the creators, Nation Enterprise Connectors, welcome you to a life of greatness, where we make the impossible possible, where we set the new level for normal, and where we believe that what starts here changes the world. As I start this session with you, I would like to bring to you a very, very important point, something that is a very important concept, something that is very important in our world today. The concept of building great and sustainable financial systems. You see, you must build a financial system in your life today to avoid struggling financially for the rest of your life. Why is this important? Most people, only in the world of money, most people know how to earn money, which is the different ways we make money. In the world of money, you have four groups of people. You have the employees who work for someone in order to get paid, so small business owners that have their own businesses, big business owners that run systems, and also investors. Now, most people know how to earn money, no matter how little or how big it is. The second level is how to keep that money, and that is where savings, pensions, etc. come in. And only a few get to this level. But this is not the ultimate level for financial freedom. The third and most important level is getting to a point where you constantly generate income, no matter how good or how bad the economy is. Only masters in this game of wealth, only the multi-millionaires and the billionaires understand this concept to a fault, and that is why they dedicate the rest of their lives ensuring that they build systems that are sustainable for themselves, for their families, for their loved ones. My goal today is to help you understand how you too can take advantage of building sustainable systems for you and your loved ones in the 21st century, and how simple the steps can be to getting there. Now, what is the 1% Life Project, and what do we do and what it isn't? This is a non-governmental global initiative, first of all. It isn't a Wonder Bank or a Ponzi scheme. This is a mentorship platform, because only through mentorship do we help our partners create wealth. This is not a loan house. It is also not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a platform designed for creating lasting financial solutions for serious-minded individuals. Okay? Thus, the 1% Life Project is the opportunity to get into the top 1% of income earners around the world. According to Investopia, if you earn an income of around $32,400 every year, round it up to about $33,000, that means you are in the top 1% of income earners around the world. Now, what that simply means is, for those of us here in Nigeria, if you use the normal exchange rate of the dollar to the naira currently, that will equal 12 million a year. What that means is, if you earn at least $1 million a month, you are in the top 1% of income earners around the globe. Think about this. Think about what 1 million naira can do for you, your loved ones, your family, your goals, your aspirations. Think of what it can do for you. In order to achieve this, there are two major things I want you to change. Number one, change your lens. Change how you view the world and how you view opportunities. And number two, change your language. Change how you interpret the things around you. The 1% Project is thus a non-governmental initiative that is aimed at working with serious-minded individuals, forward-thinking individuals that desire to solve their financial challenges once and for all, by creating a financial system designed to get them into the top 1% of income earners around the world, thus enabling them achieve the following: whether it is to generate funds to start a business at the right size, expand already existing businesses, complete projects that need funding, get out of debt, or even begin the journey to financial freedom. The funds that are generated using our unique model does not need you to drop a collateral to raise these funds, and you also don't have to pay back the funds after it's been generated for you. Now, in order to understand fully how you can take advantage of what the 1% Life gives you, you need to understand the importance of money in our life. Money is called the great facilitator, because with money, the moment you can take care of money in your life, every other thing falls into place. You can recreate your life by beginning to drive, whether it is the best of cars, whether it is going on the best of international vacations around the world, okay? Meeting cultures, enjoying different cultures around the world, whether it is living in the best of houses, whether it is having quality time with your family, teaching your children history the exact way that you would like to teach them, by flying them to these places where the history you're teaching them occurred. Whatever life you want to live, money creates that alternative for you. You see, money is the major difference between you living a life of choice and you living a life of circumstance. For those of you listening to me now, you will remember this saying, na condition make crayfish bend. That saying is not to insult anyone. It is simply to tell you the truth that people allow circumstances of life to bend them sideways. And when circumstances of life deal with you, a lot of people begin to settle for mediocrity. They begin to manage their lives. So the only question, the most important question I have for you within this short session is this: how would you feel if you make 1 million naira every month? How would you feel if you ever get to that point? You see, I can make you a promise that there is no time in history that is more abundant than today for any individual who is serious enough to make that kind of money. But what will hold you back is not the money itself. What will hold you back is your unwillingness to improve. And that is why James Allen says that people are anxious to improve their circumstances, but they are unwilling to improve themselves. They therefore remain bound. You see, your problem is not the circumstance is not the problem. The problem is your ability to decide to change. A mentor of mine, Jim Rohn, once said to me through one of his recordings, if you want things to change for you, you have to change. If you want things to get better for you, you have to get better. The problem is not in the thing itself. The problem is in your ability to change as a human being. The wealthiest people in the world today are connectors. These are financial system owners. These are people who understand how to take already created value and channel it to as many people as possible. And why? Why do they do that? Simple. They have found a way to become connectors that constantly generate income for their families and their loved ones. Thus, who is a connector? You see, a connector is an individual, or connectors are individuals who connect value to millions of people in form of businesses, in form of people, in form of products, services, etc. And they get paid or rewarded massively for connecting people to value. The connected economy, which I am advocating for you to take a full advantage of, as this is what is creating the most billionaires and millionaires in the world today, and this is the next trillion industry, cuts off the middlemen and adverts, which usually amounts to about 40% of the total revenue of any great company, and instead passes these benefits on to people like me, my loved ones, my family, thus helping us create a system that pays passive and even residual income, constantly generating income. This is a typical way of how the chain of distribution works. For those of us who know a lot of this, you know that when products leave the factory, they don't come directly to your doorstep. They have to go through a series of processes to get to you. So when products leave the factory, they have to go through the middlemen, the regional distributors, the national distributors, wholesale shops, and then the retail shops where you and I finally get the product or service that we want. Now, of course, because these people take the time to get these things to us, they need to make their own profits in the process. And that is why a product could leave the factory at a certain amount of money, but comes to you and then is already times 3 or times 4 of what it left the factory for. That is because the middlemen have got to make their own money. Now, in the connected economy, these middlemen are completely cut off, and you are given direct access to deal with the organization, the company, the factory itself, and then also deal with people. So by being able to you directly connecting people to value, you no longer need the middleman for that ability to do that. The company takes care of that and pays you the funds that would have been paid to middlemen and also adverts. To show you, to buttress my point on how expensive adverts are, you see that MTN spent about 7 billion on adverts in 2011, Airtel over 20 billion on adverts in 2012. Adverts are expensive. So what most companies do in the connected economy especially is to take the funds for the adverts and middlemen and pay to people who are willing to rely on channeling value through a system. Now, this is typically how each and every one of us creates value. I want you to write this down. I want you to make a note of this. Whenever value is created, money is made. Let me say that again. Whenever value is created, money is made. What that means is everybody in the world of money, be you an employee, a self-employed, a big business owner, or an investor, you create value one way or the other. So you make money. The question is, what do you use? Employees and self-employed mostly go through the 100% effort to make money, and that is why the incomes we make are limited and are never ever enough. In fact, the principle that governs the income for an employee or a self-employed is not a principle that is designed to make you wealthy. That principle is called linear income, and it's not designed to make you wealthy. But big business owners and investors understand the power of what we call leverage, meaning they create their own value and they channel it in the marketplace. They use a system to be able to get the products and services out to as many people as possible, thus ensuring that what they do never relies on themselves 100% and they make enough money. Let me put it this way: if all the money you make comes 100% from your effort alone, you are making money the wrong way. If all the money you make comes from 100% of your effort alone, you are making money the wrong way. Think about this: if you fell sick, God forbid, for 6 straight months, what happens to your income source? You fell sick for 1 year, what happens to your income source? But go look at wealthy people who understand how to make money through systems. The Dangotes, the Alakijas, the Otedolas. Whether they are in the country or not, whether they go to the office or not, whether they are ill for a period of time or not, their businesses are assured because their businesses are designed as systems. Now, these are what connectors do in the 21st century. If you write a book, let's say you're an author. If you look at the screen, you can see a picture of a house and a picture of books. So if you're an author and you write a book, okay, that's amazing, no problem. The moment you write this book becomes value. And remember what I said: when value is created, money is made. Now, there are 2 ways that you can channel this value to the marketplace. The first way is you can decide to do it yourself. You go to wherever it is, you produce your books. You go to wherever it is, you produce your books, and then you try to take it from bookstore to sell your books. That's going to be a very difficult process. A lot of us will even break down in the process of doing that. But for most, think of the other step you can take, and that step is this: you contact a company like Amazon, right, to sell your book. Amazon started in 1994 as an online book selling platform that today controls over 43% of everything sold online in the United States of America. Now think about that. When you contact Amazon, Amazon has the capacity to get your book around the world in 6 to 12 months, where hundreds of millions of people, to well over 7.8 billion people, yes, can get to see your book and buy your book. And then you pay Amazon a certain percentage for selling each book for you. You see, you always make money more partnering Amazon than going 100% of your effort, because Amazon has the capacity to get you there. That's the same example with Mark Zuckerberg, who operates the connected economy, where you see that for connecting people to people, he makes money via what we call pay-per-click, and at 35 is the 5th richest man in the world. You have Larry Page and Sergey Brin that are founders of Google. We use Google on our phones majorly. Google is a search engine. We use Google to basically search information that we need for businesses, for school, etc. And just for creating a search engine, the search engine is the system that connects us to as much information as possible. Google today, co-founders of Google, Larry Page especially, is worth $68.2 billion for connecting millions of us to information through Google. Okay, you look at China's richest man, Jack Ma. You realize that Jack Ma, founder of Alibaba, does about the same thing that Amazon does, and is the richest man in China today for not producing a single product and yet channeling these products through his platform to the entire world, to connect the world to global services and products. That is what has created his wealth for him today. Uber has the same example, the biggest taxi company in the world that does not own a single taxi. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? Yes. But this company has found a way to ensure that they have a system that connects taxis to millions and millions of customers and passengers, and in the process get paid for connecting these taxis to people and revolutionize the taxi industry. Our very own Jumia here in Nigeria is worth over $1 billion for doing about the same thing, connecting people to products and services and not having to produce a single one of them. Okay, you also have Big Brother, for instance. These are just examples of the connected economy that made over 330 million in 2011 from 11 million votes, and then over 5.1 billion naira in 2018 from 170 million votes. Okay, Airbnb, Brian Chesky and his friends started Airbnb, and Airbnb is simply a concept of renting out people's houses. This is real estate, but you don't own a single house. You simply rent out someone's house or 1 or 2 rooms within the house, and for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and get paid in the process. He pays the owner of the house some money, he takes some of the money, and today he is a billionaire because of connecting people to value. All of the examples I've given you, Linda Ikeji is a very good example for us here in Africa. Valued worth over $40 million as at February 2020. Linda Ikeji connects people to entertainment, events, lifestyle, fashion, beauty, inspiration, but most importantly, gossip. You see, this is what drives that traffic to our sites, and then people can come to do all what they need to do there. And she has been able to connect millions of people to value and has built a fantastic life for herself. All of this we understood, and that is why we told people that we're going to create the connected economy. In the connected economy, we're going to be able to harmonize the power of the connected economy here in Nigeria to enable individuals create wealth for themselves. And so, for us at the 1% Life Project, we connect you to two major values. Number one, we connect you to health freedom, and the second value we connect you to are financial systems that lead to wealth. Health freedom, financial systems that lead to wealth. When it comes to health freedom, the major thing I want you to understand here is the health part of our system is for you and your family to stay healthy. We want you and your family to stay healthy, and then we show you how we build an incredible financial system that generates income for you. So this is how our connected economy system works. Pay extreme attention here. All right, when you connect to the system, there are a series of steps that you need to take that enables you to build a successful system with us. Number one, plug into the system. There are 4 major ways you can do that. Number two, get trained on how to use the tools to connect people to the consultants in the system. Number three, use the tools to connect people to the consultants at the system. After you've been trained, of course, then you use the tools. And then the consultants in turn connect these people to value in our system, and of course, you get paid. Now, while the system is growing, you are expected to stay trained. You need to be someone who is trainable so that you can fully understand the benefits of our system and the repetitive nature of the power of our system. Our partners pay into access or EcoBank accounts. If you don't have any of these accounts, you open one. You become a consultant part-time or full-time, but most importantly, you repeat the process. All right? So, how do our tools work? Remember, our goal is to train you on how to use the tools that create financial wealth for you and for us. But how do the tools work? The very first tool we're going to train you on using is something we call the contact recommendation tool. This tool is simply a sheet of paper, an ordinary sheet of paper that is worth for me that can generate well over 1 million in the next 6 months. All right. So you take your phone, draw up a list of those you know in the different states in Nigeria, and after you're done doing that, you will send them the exact text message that you see on screen right now. Okay. Hello, how are you doing? I recommended you to a non-governmental initiative running a world campaign currently in Nigeria powered by the Creators Hub. They might contact you for their possible business partnership. Hope you're in town. As soon as you send these text messages, you hand over that contact list to the consultants you're working with, and you get out of the way. Hand over the list to the consultants you're working with and get out of the way. You are not the one to call them at that point to explain anything. The consultants do that, and we help them connect to the system. We also have the physical questionnaire. This you can give to anyone in church, in mosques, in an eatery, in a restaurant, wherever it is, in the cinema, wherever it is. We use this to search to know people who are truly serious about generating funds for their businesses. They simply put down the business they want to run and the amount they need to generate. And then we use this to invite them to one of our offices around the country where we show them how our system can help them generate the funds they need. This helps people to eliminate the need of going to take loans for businesses where they end up not being able to pay back these loans. All right. We also have the online eligibility link, and this link can be posted on all social media platforms. When your contacts, your friends on social media see this link and they're interested in getting to know more of what we do, they click on the link, and the moment they click on the link, this creators feedback form opens up. They fill the survey quickly and they submit the survey. As soon as they do that, we get the indication that they have filled the form. We go through it, we schedule them for a meeting with our consultants, and we plug them into the system. We also have the home and brand launch, where we come to your homes or where we come to your offices and showcase how our system can change the lives of individuals today in our country and around the world in the 21st century. Like I said a few minutes ago, we connect you to health freedom and financial system. I'm just going to briefly touch on what we do with health and then go straight into how we generate income for you. All right. So, external sources of free radicals. If you look around us, what makes us sick is called free radicals. You can Google this. And there are external sources that generate free radicals around us. cigarettes, pollution, drugs, toxic metals, radiation, industrial chemicals, pesticides, alcohol, etc. These free radicals end up damaging the cells in our bodies, and this leads to different illnesses and diseases, worst of them cancer. Okay, every illness you see on screen today is as a result of nutrient deficiency. You see, we feed on food, but our bodies feed on the nutrients found in our diet. So when your diet is lacking with nutrients, it leads to a problem with our cells. When our cells don't get the nutrients, the required nutrients they need, due to the fact that free radicals may or may not have taken them away from our meals or our environment, then we end up having these diseases come up, and this can be life-threatening illnesses. Okay, these are examples of what something like cancer can do to you. For people who are joking with how bad illnesses can be, this is an example of a normal liver versus a cancerous liver, a normal lungs versus a cancerous lungs, a normal breast versus a cancerous breast, and a normal colon versus a cancerous colon. You see, all of these are the kind of damages that can occur to you when you do not stay healthy, or when you do not have the required nutrients that your body needs to stay healthy. All right, this is what radiation can do to your brain when you make a phone call. Sorry. Okay, you can see this heat generated on the face by 15 minutes of cell phone use due to electromagnetic radiation. You can see that to the right, and then the normal face to the left. This is a thermal effect. This is to show you how dangerous your phones are. Your phones have even been verified on CNN as a major cause of cancer. Okay, so all we're asking you to do is, when it comes to the health part of our system, we are asking you to stay healthy. That is very, very important to us. Okay, stay healthy, use the health part of our system, and stay healthy. Dr. Otto Warburg, a Nobel laureate winner in 1931 for his discovery on cancer, says no disease, including cancer, can exist in an alkaline environment. We ask you to stay healthy, and we build a financial system for you. Now, this is the gateway to the best financial business system in the world. This is a 12-month scenario based on how much you want to generate, and based on what our system can do for you within this period of time. If you are looking to generate about $1 million in 6 months, we will encourage you to plug into the system as a single profit center of 38,000 naira. If you're looking to generate about 1 to 3 million within the same 6 months period, we encourage you to plug into the system at 3 profit centers, which is 114,000. If you're looking to plug in that generates between 4 to 8 million in a 12 months period, we encourage you to plug in at 7 profit centers. And if you're looking to generate 12 million and above in 1 year, we encourage you to plug in at the highest level, which is the 15 profit centers. Now, why is this important? For the purpose of this session, this very short session, I'm simply going to explain the first two, and then you can get how to run the remaining from the first two. Okay, but when you connect with a one-off lifetime payment of 38,000, your 38,000 naira gives you two major values. Okay, the first value is world-class health products that fight illnesses and keep you and your family healthy. Use, the word here is use. Do not think about selling. Use your products. And then the second value connects you to is the financial system that generates wealth. Now, I want to show you the worst case scenario of what your first 4 weeks should look like and what your next 6 months should look like. If you decide to connect with us as soon as you're done watching this video, we will congratulate you. We will send you that sheet of paper where you put down your contact list. Now, this is you. Pay very attention on the very close attention to the screen. This is you. The moment we connect you, we will take that list from you. After you have sent the text messages to your contact, we will call everyone on your contact. In your first week, our goal is to ensure that we connect at least 2 persons to your business as you begin to build. These 2 persons will be connected to value, and as soon as they are connected to value, Mr. A and Mrs. B will be placed to your left and right. You're going to earn 3,000 each for both of them. Stay with me. This income is called the Direct Connectors Bonus. The Direct Connectors Bonus simply says that whenever you have someone connect to the business directly through you, you are entitled to 3,000 naira. Now, what that means is whether you have 100 people connect directly through you, 10 people, 5 people, 20 people, it is 3,000 times that amount of people. Now, the income that gets you to 1 million in 6 months is the next income you see here, and that is the 4,800. The 4,800 is called the matching bonus. It's called the matching bonus, and this income says that whenever you have someone connected to your left and connected to your right, whether this person came directly from you or not, whether these people were connected to value directly from you or not, you are entitled to 4,008. What that means is that this income will begin to pay you passive income as soon as possible. So in your first week, our goal is to generate 10,008. as we move along, because I want you to make back the income you started with in 4 weeks. Okay, so pay attention here. By your second week, we will ensure that you remind Mr. A and Mrs. B to repeat the exact process of what you did in your first week. What do? As soon as they connect to value, they too get their contact list, draw up their names and phone numbers, send out that customized text message that we give to them, and return the contact list. We call the contact list, and our goal is to help Mr. A and B achieve the feat or achieve the financial growth that you achieved in your first week. So Mr. A, our goal is to connect C and D to his system, where he earns about 10,000 each, the same direct connectors bonus and the matching bonus. And we do the same for Mrs. B. Okay, now this is you. Pay attention here. This is your second week, and neither C, D, E or F came directly from you. Neither Collins, Daniel, Elizabeth or Felicia came directly from you. However, the system is not concerned that neither of them came from you. The system is simply concerned with the fact that it is now saying 2 people connected to your left and 2 people connected to your right. The system is going to pair both these sides and pay you 4,008 in 2 places. Remember, because the matching bonus says whenever you have someone connected to your left and right, whether you connected them directly from your contacts or not, you are entitled to 4,008. So in your second week, you've made at least 9,006. All right. By your third week, we're going to repeat the process. You see, the steps to build wealth in our system are simple, but they are not easy. Meaning you have to have a healthy dosage of patience to let the system develop, repeat itself long enough to generate massive wealth for you. Brian Tracy says making money is a formula. If you are not making money, it means you don't know the formula. What you are seeing exactly on the screen now is a perfect formula for creating wealth. The goal is to be patiently aggressive while your system builds. Okay, so in your third week, C, D, E and F will get their contact list, draw up their contact list, send out the text messages, and repeat the exact same thing that you did in your first week and Mr. A and B did in their second week. All right, now in your third week, C and D, E and F will all make the money they are supposed to make in their first week. You will note that Mr. A also makes 9,600 in his second week. Why? Because just like you, he now has 2 people connected to the left and 2 people connected to the right. And Mrs. B will do the same and earn the same 9,600. But this is your third week, and the system is beginning to see that you no longer have 2 people connected to your left and right, but now you have 4 people connected to your left and 4 people connected to your right. The system will pair each of them together and ensure that you get paid 4,800 in 4 places. That's 19,200. What this means is that by your third week, running our system exactly the way you should run it, you should have generated the incomes that you started with. This is already 39,600 for you. It means in your first 4 weeks running our business, you've already generated the income you're supposed to, that you started with, and then everything becomes profits from there on out. Okay, now the system is designed for daily payments, not weekly. Even though your business is going to start weekly due to how our system works, your business over time will go from weekly to daily. And every 38,000 naira system you start with us has a daily income potential of 96,000 naira every day of your life. Yes, you heard me right. 96,000 naira every day of your life. This, however, you will not get overnight, but as your system begins to build, by around your 4th to your 5th month, you should begin to earn between 19,200 to 96,000 every day. However, if it's just 19,200 you make every day of your life, in your 5th month, by the end of that month, you would have made over 576,000. By the end of your 6th month, you would have made over 576,000 too. That means that you have made over probably over 5 million naira within your 6 months period. So in 6 months, we are going to actually generate more than 1 million naira with you building your system for you. If you, however, want to run the fast track plan affords you an opportunity to connect 4 persons to the system in that first month instead of connecting just 2, and that can multiply your income in 6 months to well over 7.5 million naira. You heard me right, well over 7.5 million naira running the fast track plan. Of course, that's your 100% success rate. What if you hit only 50% success? That's 3.7 million. And if you hit only 20% success, that is 1.5 million. Back to the figure that we can generate for you in a 6 months period. All right, now if you want to start at the 3 profit centers, the 3 profit centers gives you an opportunity to make a one-off payment of 114,000. This connects you, of course, to the same major values: the health value that keeps you and your family healthy, and the wealth value that also helps to generate money. This time around, however, when you run the 3 profit centers, you are building smart. You have strategically placed yourself in 3 places to build smarter than the person who is running a single profit center, and that gives you the opportunity to make 3 times more money than he earns. Does this mean that you work 3 times harder? No. You will earn 3 times smarter doing the exact same thing that the person running a single account, a single profit center of 38,000 also did. All right. And if you run the fast track plan for the 3 profit centers, it could go from just earning for you within that 6 months period of about 3 million naira to well over 23 million naira within that period of time, by ensuring that you connect 4 to 8 persons within your first month and they continue to duplicate every month. Now, mind you, these are step-by-step processes that we have achieved between 2016 and date. We have achieved these processes between 2016 and today. We have grown from less than 100 people in 2016 to well over 100,000 people today, and we've earned well over 1 billion and counting in incomes for our partners. So we are very good, we're very excellent in building this system. All right, this is the 3 months, the 3 profit centers, the 6 months plan. 50% rate is 11.8 million, 20% is 4.7. Within that 6 months period, you can earn, when your system does not even grow according to how we expect, up to 4.7 million naira. This is amazing. Other ways you can plug in: if you connect at the 7 profit centers, the entry cost is 266,000, daily income is about 672,000, weekly income is about 4.7 million, and monthly income is well over 18 million naira monthly. You see, the Creators Nation financial system opens up the doors to the 1% life benefits. Beyond the kind of ridiculous incomes that you can make with us, you get to go on all expense paid vacations at least 3 times annually. You get the opportunity to drive a brand new car 1 every 3 years. You get the opportunity to become a house owner. Yes, you heard me right, a landlord. And of course, you begin to live the ultimate lifestyle. Okay, this is some of the remarkable vacations that we have been to over the last couple of years. It's been an amazing trip, an amazing event, an amazing show for us. We're encouraging you to join us, to plug in, to become a partner. Why? Because we have what it takes to get you to the next level. That's a promise. But you have to make that decision yourself. Okay? You have to be able to say, this is what I want for me. This is the lifestyle I want for myself, for my family, for my members, for my partners. This is what I want for my future. And this can lead you to living an incredible life that feels like a fairy tale. But all of this is all dependent on you 100% of the time. Okay? Now, as we round up, I just want you to note something. Okay? At Jonax, something I'm going to end with, always says that if you understand the power of residual income, you would walk through a brick wall to get it. If you understand what residual income can do for you. As we round up, I'm going to play you a 2 minutes video that shows you the power of what our system can do for you in the next 2 to 4 years of your life, if you are simply willing to take massive advantage of what the system has for you. Okay? Pay attention to this video. Do not fast forward. I want to show you something that has to do with the remarkable lifestyle of some of our partners, of what we are achieving today, of what we are enjoying today, so that you too can take full advantage of the system.
My name is Exposé, and I'm an environmental engineer by profession. I joined Alliance Motion Global in 2015 after a friend of mine introduced me. At first, I did not believe in this business, but when I started to see other people who were doing it, I felt that I can also do it. So I got started. 4.5 years down the road, our lives have really changed. This property that I'm showing you, I was able to buy it last year in 2018. That was after doing the business for about 3.5 years. Now at another property, this is the second property that I bought this year in 2019. After 4.5 years of doing this business, the goal is to keep making money from Alliance Motion Global, and we keep investing in properties like this. I want to assure you that if I can do it, you can also do it, because I believe that what a man can do, the man can do. God bless you. I wish you all the best. See you at the top.
Now, this is just a remarkable testimony to what our system can do for you. Look at the houses, look at the kind of wealth that he has created. He is one amongst thousands of success stories that we have been able to create over the last 4 to 5 years running this amazing system. Take the leap of faith, connect to the person who sends you this video, plug in with us today, get started today, and I can assure you that starting with us today, 12 months from now, you will be glad you said yes to this opportunity. 12 months from now, you will be glad you made the decision to join us today. If you have further questions on how to connect, if you have further questions on to know more, to get started with us, to build a successful system with us, get back to the person that sent you this video, and we can assure you that our consultants are ready to take your questions and help put you on the right track to starting your business the right way. Remember, the secret to success is getting started today. See you at the top.